sense, right? And for everyone else that's asking questions, don't worry. We're going to have a huge Q&A at the end, as well as if I can see your chat. Yes, I can see your chat. We just muted everybody else's because it gets a bunch of notifications. And as you can see, this is so exciting that you need to focus all in on this. So no distractions. Put your phone on airplane mode. Turn off all the tabs because this is literally the thing that, like I said, changed my life. Are you guys getting this, right? And obviously, when that happened, I was like, you know what? I do not want to live this regular life anymore. I just grabbed my ukulele and just started traveling around the world. I mean, here's me in Machu Picchu. You know, I always wanted to go out and see that. How many guys ever wanted to see that, right? Like, type in I in the chat box. I was like, okay, what is out there in the world for me to see? So I went there. I wanted to swim with whale sharks in the Philippines. I was like, this is amazing. I want to go out and check out some whale sharks, right? Or meet my grandma. Or literally go to Thailand and hang out with monkeys. But ultimately, what I essentially wanted to do in my life that I knew was so short, was I wanted to collect experiences instead of things. Does that make sense? Now, here's the thing. When I wanted to make a bunch of money, I didn't care about making millions, right? I didn't really care about the big houses or the fancy watches or the nice cars. All I really cared about was, man, I knew life was so short. And I just wanted to spend it with my loved ones doing amazing things, collecting epic experiences. How many of you guys can relate and just want more experiences instead of things? Type in I want experiences in the chat box. Right? And obviously I started a YouTube channel, which like ended up blowing up, as well as like wrote a book, which you can check it out on Amazon. A lot of people really, really enjoy it. My entire story on how this entire thing happened. And we just started doing events around the world. I mean, here's one that we did in Bali, really amazing event. Another one that we did in Vegas. A lot of these people now meeting for the first time with the same mindsets, realizing that they do not have to do this alone anymore. Does that make sense? And even starting podcasts where I started like befriending very influential people. Now, the coolest thing about the system is you got to start thinking, what are you going to do when you have all the time and money in the world? When I started having the time and the freedom, I was like, you know what? All of my friends and family, they don't really supported me as much with this dream of making it with passive income. I want to start aligning myself with people that do. So I started, podcasting people. Here's Mindvalley. How many of you guys know what Mindvalley is? It's a really big company about meditation and spirituality. This is one of the co-founders. Ended up interviewing her and getting her into my network. As well as like Mike Chang from Six Pack Shortcuts, right? He literally built a business from $0 to $10 million per year. He was like my childhood idol because when I was younger, I wanted to go ahead and become like have a better physique and a better body to increase my confidence. And this was the only Asian guy on YouTube that was literally showing people exactly how to go out and do that. So this guy was like my childhood dream to be his friend. And then guess what? He literally, like I saw him in Bali and I was like, hey, let's go ahead and do a podcast interview. I only was able to do that because I had the time and money freedom from the system. Does that make sense? Or the co-founder from Gojek, which is the Asian version of Uber, right? Literally $10 billion in valuation, and got him on a podcast as well as Wim Hof's brother. Ended up meeting him. And the craziest thing is now I've had so many ridiculous stories in life because of the fact that I had time and money freedom. Does that make sense? Are you guys getting this? Right? And remember, both of these people on the left, right to the right, is the same guy. Right? On the left, I was not confident in myself. I didn't believe in myself. I had no time whatsoever, and I had barely any money no matter how hard I worked. And on the right was someone that traveled around the world, that spoke on stages, that was confident, that had amazing friends that supported them, that pushed them, right? Both of these people were the same person. The only difference is on the right, I started having the time and money freedom to work on myself, to grow as a person. Does that make sense? And this would have never happened if I did not find my why, if I did not find the right mentor, if I did not follow this exact system to a T. Are you guys getting this? Does this make sense? So what is your why? Comment in the chat box right now so I know while I go ahead and drink some water. So I see family. Family's a big thing. Someone wants to go ahead and travel to all the different countries, pay off student loan debt, pay off their mortgage. So it seems like all of these things that people want is essentially freedom. Am I right? Are you guys getting this? Is like ultimately all of these things that you guys are putting down in the chats. The biggest thing that you want is freedom, right? Type in freedom in the chat box if that is correct. Because in the next couple of minutes, we're going to go over a proven system on how to make $500 to $1,000 a day to literally fund the why that you just told me. But of course, quick disclaimer, I can't promise that you're going to get rich quick overnight. Your success will depend on your own work ethic, risk tolerance, level, commitment, and your ability to follow instructions. But what I can promise you is I'll show you exactly the system all of our success stories are currently using right now to get results. Are you guys getting this? But of course, literally, please leave the call. If you are lazy and you tend to procrastinate, this is not for you. Please leave. If you don't have the willingness to learn, this is not for you. And if you don't have a strong why to actually make money, then this is not for you. Seriously, leave the call. I only want to go ahead and talk to the people that I can take seriously with the system. Does that make sense? Because for those that do, my promise to you is if you stay until the end, I will give you the complete list of 131 of the world's most profitable products to sell online for free. So you never have to worry about what products you could actually go ahead and sell. Does that make sense? And I will also give you 7 free bonuses for those that qualify that stay until the end. Many of this is worth thousands of dollars that you are literally getting access to it for free. Even one of them is a 300K in 14-day case study. Guys, are you guys getting this? Right? And ultimately, for those that are like, oh, I'm afraid of losing money, Mike. I've tried these things in the past. You know, I've seen some of these things. I knew some guy that knew another guy that tried to make money online and they failed and they lost a bunch of money. When you stay until the end, I'm going to show you our no competition profit guarantee on how we can literally legally guarantee that you will build a successful online business that can easily bring in long-term stable profits. Are you guys getting this? Now, who here is literally committed to staying until the end? And who here is serious that when they say something, they are serious and committed to sticking to it? Does that make sense? Type in I commit to staying in the chat box right now. Come on, guys. We need more commits right now. I'm literally going to go ahead and turn this off if we don't get a bunch of commits. I commit. Awesome, guys. So who are we? My name is Mike Vasile. I'm based in Bali, Indonesia. I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago, raised from immigrant parents from the Philippines, and I started internet marketing for location freedom. I seriously wanted to travel. There's so many cool things around the world that I wanted to see, and I did not want to die in the same city that I was born in, right? I wanted to see my family in the Philippines. I wanted to go ahead and travel. I wanted to go ahead and meet new people from all around the world. And then you have Gary Kramer, right? From San Diego, father of 3. The person next to him is his business partner, Rob. He started internet marketing because he was tired of the rat race of the corporate world. How many of you guys are tired of the rat race? Type in, I'm done with the rat race. Put in that in the chat box. Or how many of you guys want location freedom? Put in location freedom in the chat box right now. Now, overall, we literally have 25 years of combined experience. Does that make sense? Now, of course, we ended up doing this interview that not only changed my life, but it completely blew up and started attracting more and more people into our community. Because more and more people were raising their hands like, you know what? Yeah, I'm tired of this thing. I do not like this plan that I was given, this 9-to-5 job for the rest of my life, right? So this podcast literally blew up, and we started doing events all around the world to people that thought just like us, because people thought they were alone, but then they realized, they're like, wait, there's actually people out there that think just like me. So we started doing these events. Here's one that we did in Thailand, and here's one that also happened in San Diego. And as you can see, every single person holding one of the signs up was someone just like you, someone that was on a training just like this, but all these people took action. They were serious action takers. They committed to following the instructions, and every single person holding the sign, right, they literally make $1,000 a day plus. $1,000 a day plus. And many of these people were like, oh, I don't have the time, I don't understand it, I don't believe it, I don't have the time, I don't have the money. But they put those excuses to the side and they realized, well, those excuses will not pay my bills. What will pay my bills is following the system that we have created for you, right? And some of them literally just like took our numbers and blew them out of the water, right? Here are these two people, Chris and Keegan. They ended up coming to these events, and they literally took the system and found this brand new way to literally make even more money with the exact same system that we're going to go ahead and show you, to the point where they literally became millionaires. They literally became millionaires. Someone that had no experience, right? Keegan was like an engineer, and you literally have Chris, who was literally going to university, right? Literally took the system, blew up, and became multimillionaires. Does that make sense? And the craziest thing about this is because we have this tight-knit community of people that are making money with the system, we like masterminding new ideas. That's why the wealthy become more wealthy and the poor stay poor, is because the wealthy share ideas. Does that make sense? And Keegan had discovered a way to apply our proven money-making system to a new, untapped, highly profitable traffic network. Now, for those that don't know what traffic means, that essentially means eyeballs, right? Eyeballs on the internet going to someone's website or product or offer, right? And with just a few adjustments to our proven system, it was way easier than ever before. And how to get AI robots to do nearly all of the hardest parts for you. Does it make sense? Of course, Keegan's own results was astonishing. He was consistently doing over $30,000 per day. He had not had a negative day in over 6 months. And then he taught it to Ilio. Look at this. Ilio with Keegan's method, 31K per day. You can see on literally his results. He went from $0 a day to $1,000 a day to $6,000 a day to $31,000 a day.